Well, in our last episode of Steven spending time in his garage involuntarily, we took this door apart and discovered that this was pooched. There's nothing else I know to do with this other than my local auto parts store came through. Thank you. I shouldn't name you by name, but if you're local, they're in Heartland and they treated me nice. Hopefully this will take this window, put it back in here, and keep it there. We shall see. I'm ready to try the window, so I really hope this works because I'm going to be very displeased if it doesn't. Hold your tongue right. Does it go all the way down? It does. Does it come back up and stop where it should? Beautiful. We're going to clean the window and move on with our life. Happy, what is it? It's Thursday. We started this journey Monday. I was a little discouraged because it felt like Monday. And now it's done. Now I'm going to change the brakes on this thing because I can move it without breaking the window and the door. Literally, I'm going to shut this off and do the front brakes and rotors and pads. And it's going to be fun. So I've had supper and I've decided I'm just going to keep going with these because, well, as much as I don't care to share my whole life with social media, for some reason, doing this keeps me from getting grumpy that I have to be doing this. I'm not a mechanic, but my brakes are bad. I've got noises coming from my brakes that brakes are not supposed to make. So we're gonna take them off and put new ones on and hope that fixes the problem. If it doesn't, well, that just stinks, doesn't it? I don't know how well you can see this, but it's important to not let your caliper hang on your brake line, I'm told. So we're using high quality material, baler twine, to solve that problem. We found the problem. This is my inner brake shoe. Now, for those of you that are just wasting time watching Facebook stories, and I'm helping you waste time, you're welcome, that don't know what a brake shoe should look like, I'm gonna go get a new one just so you can see the difference. Okay, so for those watching this that do know what a brake shoe looks like, that think I'm an absolute moron because mine looks like this, this is my outer brake shoe, and I checked it like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and I thought to myself, the inner wears faster than the outer. I'm going to have to change my brakes really soon. I was right, but I waited a little bit long. I knew the rotors would be bad, so I didn't really care. But for reference sake, old brake shoe, new brake shoe. I'm not sure you can see that, but this one is garbage. I've got a new rotor. I need to get the old rotor off. It won't pull off, well, because it's old and stuck and rusty, so I'm gonna talk it into it. Because of that inner brake shoe, it's all grooved to pieces. But after a little light persuasion, it came off rather easily. I've made a few videos of car repair because it helps keep me sane, proves to the world that I don't know what I'm talking about. And when I make videos, I do not give advice because I don't know enough to give advice, and I'm pretty explicit about telling people that. However, if I was going to give advice, if you've got a brake shoe that's pooched, that looks worse than that, like the one I showed you earlier, it is great to use as a backing plate to shove that caliper back in, like ideal. This one, they don't make them better than that. It was awesome. Well, if you stuck with me this far, it's dark outside. I feel like I should thank you for helping me waste the evening. When I got everything apart, I had 2 pins that are supposed to slide, one on each side that did not slide at all. So I sprayed it full of stuff that's supposed to get stuck things unstuck. And in the morning, I'm going to call my local auto parts store. They're not going to have what I need. They're great, but I drive a Nissan. And we're going to make a plan from there. Thanks for wasting the evening with me.